Good afternoon, and welcome to a continuation of the BlindBuilds series going on right now for the locker for your 1/12 scale action figures. This is a Lego locker, and so far we've completed one wall, the back of the locker, the shelf inside the locker, the top of the locker, and the bottom of the locker. Today we will cover the last wall of the locker and the door of the locker. So, without further ado, let's start constructing. Okay, so for this project, you're going to need a 4x4 and, a 4x4 plate, 4 2x8s, unless, of course, you can find 2 4x8s, which also would work. There's a nice thing about Lego. Lots of things can work for Lego. All right, and then on this side, you're going to need 1 2x16. You're going to need 2, where are they at over here? 2, nope, that's a hinge. 2 1x8s. Yep, they're there. 1x8, 2 1x8s, 1x4, 2x4, some tiles of varying sizes, 4 1x8 tiles, and 6 2x4 tiles, and some vents. 2x1 vents, and of course these little minifigure stands. You need 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and they are 4x3 with tile and studs in the middle. I think they work great for a type of locker door. So let's start building this guy. First off, we're going to go take that piece. On this piece I have a 2x4 tile on the 4x4 and a little vent piece. That's just because I didn't want to bother taking them off whenever I disassembled this to assemble it for the video. So let's go ahead and disassemble these 2x8s, and let's start constructing our wall for the locker. So for these 2x8s, we're going to use 2x4 tiles. We're going to put them stretching all the way up, and these 2x4 tiles are going to help keep this stuff together, which is very important. There we go, next 2x4 tile. Okay, that's those two complete. And then now these two, they're going to get their own 2 tiles. So we got 1 tile here, and we're going to need the next tile over. There we go. There you are, hiding from me. All right, it's 5 2x4 tiles. My bad, not 6. All right, now that you've completed the 2 4x8s that you've made by adding the 2x2 tiles into the center to connect the 2 2x8s together. Now we're going to connect these 2 4x8 panels together that we've created. We're going to use some good old-fashioned 1x8 tiles. Where's the other one? I need the other one. There it is. Okay. Now to do this, leave 2 studs free at the bottom. One of those we will put a vent on, and then the other one we will put some little curved pieces, those half-arch pieces that we've talked about in previous videos. I've told you about that in the other videos on this locker. I've tried to use the same pieces over and over again to ensure that it's easy to assemble, and also it doesn't get too complicated. The point is to make something that if it falls off your shelf can be repaired very quickly. So now that you've put 2 1x8s together on the 4x8 tile plate that we've made, there's going to be 2 studs hanging off on each of those, and you're just going to use those to connect it to the next one. And now we've got a 4x8 that's got 2 tile bits on the bottom to hold it on, and we're going to put the other 2 1x8s on either side of these 2x4 tiles, and these 1x8s are going to stretch 2 studs higher than the edge, just like before. Now we're going to take this guy, this 4x4 with the vent and the 2x2 tile on it, and we're going to attach it, boom, just like so. And now we've got a nice flat wall surface. Let's see if we can find where I put that vent. Here's the vent. We're going to go ahead and put the vent down here. I added the vents because I thought about it, and I was like, a locker needs vents, right? So there you go, some vents. Now we can take and let's work on building. We'll handle these 2 pieces after we're done building the door. So we've got that piece done. Look at that. That wall section is complete. Here's the door. The door is semi-assembled because I put a 2x16 and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the 4x3 things that come with minifigures. Now let's get these 1x8s together and put one 1x8 at the bottom there. And then we're going to get the other 1x8 and we're going to put it up further at the top. Come on, 1x8, where are you at? There you are. That's a good 1x8. Are you the 1x8? You are the 1x8. Excellent, 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 great. There we are. We've got the 1x8s done, and we've got our door complete. Our door isn't that big compared to the rest of the locker. It's only 3 studs wide by 16 studs long. But, yeah. It took a few revisions to figure out that's the size the door needed to be for this build. And I'm just glad I don't have to figure that out again. So now we're gonna measure it all out because this door is going to be 2 studs higher than the floor and 2 studs lower than the ceiling. And making sure that that's all complete and perfectly put together, let's go ahead and put the hinges on the door so we can add the hinges to this wall. Now, I'm using the old Lego hinges. You can use whatever hinges you want. I don't recommend utilizing the ratchet hinges if you can, because this door really won't work with ratchet hinges. You've got to have something that flows smoother. So if you can get a hold of some of the old hinges that were the 2 prongs and the 3 prongs that connected together, then those will be your jam. Now you want to make sure that you put these things not too low but neither too high on the door, because there's 2 hinges, they need to support each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's going to put them too close together, so we're going to kick it up by 1 to be 5, and now we're going to put the other hinge at the 5 stud marker. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now we're going to just put that hinge at the 5 marker. Come on, there you go. That's a good hinge. Okay, now we got our 2 hinges. They seem to be a little close together, so I'm going to take the lower hinge and I'm going to drop it down by 2 studs, and hopefully that will fix the problem. Drop it up by 1 stud. That's a little too far apart. There we go. That's neither too close nor too far. Excellent. We've got the hinges complete. Yay! Okay, then again, they didn't take much assembly. So now we're going to take this guy, and you want to make sure that you put the 4x4 at the top, and then you can use the vents to figure out which side of the door is the correct and which side is not the correct side of the door. And the way I've designed this door is when it opens all the way, it will be completely flat with the wall beside it, and then when it shuts, it will you will see some gappage there. And we're about to fix that gappage. So now that we've put the door into place, and when installing the door, it's important to make sure the door is 2 studs low and 2 studs high from the rest of the wall, and it just kind of hangs out there. Now that we've got the door in place, let's go ahead and make sure that these points are a bit more stable. So first off, we're going to get this 2x4. Now this 2x4 is going to go down here, right below where that hinge will be. Okay? All right, let's see. Seems like I put that hinge too high by 1 point. So this lower hinge has got to go down just a bit more to make sure it matches up with the piece count that I have. I miscounted something. Okay, make sure that slides back. All right, yeah, there it goes. Okay, and there we are. And hinge, it still works. Excellent. Okay, so that bottom gap is now filled with that. Now let's make sure that this hinge can't be taken off. And I have this reversible tile. It's tile, and then on the other side, it's got the Lego studs that stick out. I couldn't find a second one, but if I did find a second one, it would be utilized in this build as well. I know I have a bunch of them laying around, but I still haven't put them all in a single box together. But what you want to do with this piece is you want to use it to hold the hinge joint that's on the wall to this 2x4 that we just placed down. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and utilize this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this 1x8. This 1x8 is going to fill in all of the gappage between the 2 sections. Oh, Mike, look at that. Look at that. I love it when a plan comes together. The other hinge is in the perfect spot. I didn't even intend for that to happen. I thought I'd have to fix it again. But that 1x8 is going to go all the way up the length of this. And when this door is closed, you will see, or if you can't see, there's now there's now a filler for that gap that ran down the entire length. Now we've just got to finish this top gap. Now, I'm going to look on over here. We've got this 1x4, and this 1x4 can perfectly finish this top gap up. So we're just going to set it right there. There we go. Yeah. All right. Now we've got a 1x4 closing the gap that's at the top of the door. Once that's done, we need to take a 2x2 plate and a 1x2 plate, and we're going to connect the 1x2 on top of the 2x2 and make a little, like a step up thing. We're going to take that and we're going to attach it to this other hinge and make sure it's falling down. We don't want to interrupt anything with the shelf that's going to be above this hinge. So there you have it. That is a nice and secure platform. Now, we take the final step is you take two of these half arches and a 1x2 brick, and then you connect the two half arches to the 1x2 brick, and then you connect the two half arches to the top, just like we did with the other wall. It's exactly the same process as we did with the other wall. Like I said, I'm trying to keep a lot of these steps the same to make it a simple, easy build that's easy to memorize. And I'm going to set that off to the side, and there's one more part we need to fix, and this one I've already kind of fixed it. So what I did is I took two 1x2s. Now inside this wall here, we've got this section that we built up to allow for this gap filler to occur. So when the door shuts, there's no gap. I put a 1x2 in there, just on the inside of these panels to make it longer. And then this other 1x2 I'm putting in there, and it's going to go half over the new 1x2 that's in there and over the old plates that ran up the length of this on the kind of the exterior. Now what this is going to do is that creates a stop point. So when we assemble this and you shut the door is going to hit that, and it's not going to go in any further. And that's exactly what we want. We want to make sure that our door doesn't close too radically. So that is how you build that section, and please tune into the next video where I will assemble this locker and we'll take a look at it. Thanks for watching.